What is a core identity? How do we know that we're actually living in our core, living in our own true identity? What if I told you that if you tapped into your core identity, that you could emerge cheerful? I'm excited to bring to you one of our authors in The Book I Read, Sharon Wallen. We'll be right back to be talking about core identities and how you yourself can emerge cheerfully. Hi there. My name is Linda Sunshine West. I'm the founder and CEO of Action Takers Publishing. Today, we're going to be talking to one of our authors, Sharon Wallen, NBCT. We're going to be talking about two different books. One is The Book I Read, and the other is Sharon's journal, Grateful Reflections Journal, and how that journal has totally transformed her life and is transforming other people's lives as well. Sharon, welcome to the show. So glad to have you here today. Why don't you just give a brief introduction of who you are?
Good morning, Linda. It's a joy to be with you, and great to see you again and to be a part of Action Takers Book Publishing. Congrats on also the success of your work among
Thank you.
us in the community. And this is my second collaborative work with you and your company. And I'm looking forward to the launch of our book, The Book I Read. And this opportunity in creating that book with you gave me a chance to reflect on a book that I published just in 2022 called Grateful Reflections Journal. And it's that journal that's science-based that has really revolutionized my life from 22 to today and gave me the growth and transformation with weight that I've been struggling with overweight for a while. And this book and the strategies, the habits I formed have really brought me clarity and truth and just honesty and being able to face that and then to begin to make little steps for changes. I'm currently retired from 32 years of work in the public schools, elementary level in Miami-Dade County. A very prosperous career. And I'm very, very pleased of my impact and influence on families, children. And today I'm hearing from parents and even seeing pictures of past students who are going on to university, and their different accolades. Some are, married, parents became grandparents, and I'm able to, in my mid-age, but it seems also like youth, being able to reap some of those rewards from my work. So it's full circle. And I'm just realizing that it is possible to get to our core identity, the bottom line that everybody in this world wants. We want to be seen and we want to be heard. We want to know somebody sees us, somebody hears us, and we matter to someone. And this is really what my work today is all about.
Well, congratulations on, first of all, for serving so many children, hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands, right, of children that you served over the years, and, what they're doing today as a result of, having you as, their teachers. That's fantastic. And that's work that not everybody can do. So got to hand it to you for doing that. So now we talk about the core identity. Can you explain to us what our core identity is? What does that mean?
Okay. It's I use that expression when I'm just pulling together the self that's always with us. There is that we have learned about ego or the mind and that self. So self esteem, self worth, self image, it's what we present to the world. And at the essence of all of that is we want to be understood. We want to know that we're making progress, that we have that hope, or that we're making gains for whatever might be a goal. No one wants to wake awake daily and just feel I'm defeated, I'm not getting where I need to go, and life is a challenge. Yet that is the results that most people really are feeling in their lives. The core identity means digging away at clutter, things that might be whether I'm following another person, whether I'm imitating someone else, whether I'm doing something because it's trending, whether I am doing something because I see it or hear it on social media. Um, what is my true sense of what I want today? And we have to peel away at some of the habits that we might have gotten into, some of the drawbacks, probably some experiences also that might be holding us back, and go with these. Um, what I know that, like Stephen Covey, when he talks about effects of habits of highly effective people, and he talks about a private habits, private victory that bring us out into public victory. And it's some of those core, those inner little habits that on a daily basis, when I talk about that optimal daily living, it's that quality of life that makes us happy today, that makes us happy when we're being hurt, whether emotionally, socially, verbally, we can walk away from things like that. And make a decision that I am more important, what my worth is, what my image, and our image is what we present to the world, what they see. I will not be defeated. I will not be put down. I will not have my head down. And simple things as you'll be in the gym and you're a woman in the gym, and yet they're men, and they're climbing on these bars, and they're just staring you down. And it doesn't matter, you're there, you're doing your own little workout, you're being independent. But if somebody can just force themselves, force their will over you, simple things as social media, you might send an entry and we might just ignore this person, or we might just insult the other one. And these are the things that are causing different hurts. A person stays in the situation, but it's not, I am not getting what I want out of that situation. And folks don't know how to walk away or get out of it. And what Grateful Reflections Journal does, it's just that it gives the writer, it's a guided journal. So it just gives that person um, little strategies, daily strategies on how to write that, um, and think through the things. As a person thinks, so are they. And it's from that work that they can really just emerge. And that's really what happened with me. This book was published in 2022. I've always been a journal writer my whole life, you would really say, especially my adult life. Going to work, there were things I had to just clarify or even have directions and organization for the day before I even left home, to go out and do work. And so this came out of the need of that pandemic when we kept hearing about mental, just distress. I don't want to call it all mental illness, but just distress and the need for wellness and thinking. And this is how this came. It is a result of Dr. Carolyn Leaf's work, Switch on Your Brain. And Linda, in the source of her work, she showed where someone, even though you might be traumatized from memories in your past, that it's possible in the brain to build new pathways. And it takes 21 days. Now, it might be series of 21 days because once you remember something or you do the old pattern, then you have to start a new set of 21 days. So the journal has 5 sets of 21 days in it.
Mm.
So it's 105 days that are in there. And at the end of each 21, I have, because it's important, critical thinking is important. And that was my work with children, advanced academics, critical thinking, creativity, problem solving. Those were some of the things we did in gifted and talented lessons and classes. And so I've always enjoyed brain work and thinking. And I was really empowered, enlightened, enriched when I learned that the pathways inside the brain are like, it's like a default. So we have a natural pattern that we run when we face a situation. So let's say if something scares us or if we're happy, there's a natural little path that our brain will has for that situation. And at the same time, it's amazing how in nanoseconds things are happening. So then there are different hormones and chemicals that are being also put in our body just from whatever's firing. So then you have the negative ones, cortisol and stuff, and those hurt us, as opposed to when you're happy and there's dopamine or serotonin, that the happy hormones. So when I saw that, then I thought, okay, let's create this. And then these 21 days, what she shows is you can begin to break that pattern and literally rewire new neurons. New growth can happen and create new pathways. So that's really the goal of that book, of that work.
It's awesome. I love that. When I broke through a fear every single day for a
I saw
year.
that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Talk about new neural pathways being created because they're all
Yes.
related to fear for a whole year. And I had no
Yes.
idea at the time that that's what was happening, because
Yes.
many years later that somebody said to me that you rewired your neural pathways. I'm
Yes.
like, what is a neural pathway? Like, I didn't even
Right.
know. Yeah, but
Yes.
it's really amazing. I love how, so with your journal doing the 21 days at a time, that's a brilliant idea. What made you decide to come up with doing it that way? Was it because of Stephen Covey's that you read
Of
related to that?
Carolyn Leaf's work, because
Oh, Carolyn
hers is
Leaf.
with right, and Dr. Carolyn Leaf, and her work was is one of them was Switch on Your Brain, and in it she really has where you can in the course of 3 weeks, those 21 days, that
Mhm.
you can start, you remember, but she's showing you how you can rewire, so you can stop that thought, and then you just begin to put in the new, so whether a new imagery for that. So let's say there is something that I might remember. Let's say someone has a picture, and I used to be in the picture, and now they post it. It still has the other people, but they have cut Sharon Wallen out of the picture. And let's say that fact hurts me. Well, what I can do now is whenever I remember that incident, I can either probably just say a prayer. One, I can say a prayer for the person who created that, because those things are usually meant to injure the other person. So I can just say, or a disposition of peace towards that person. That's one thing I can do. And the other thing that I can do is say, Sharzi, talking about myself, Sharzi girl, you make a difference. You made a difference then, and you're making a difference today. So I can look and say, okay, look, that happened now in 2024, but look at what's happening in your life now. You're in the middle of a project for an upcoming international bestseller. And I can look at that and say, Sharzy, work with that, continue to help others. And do you see what I'm saying, Linda? So that is rewiring. I'm not stuck on, oh my God, they cut me out of the
Yeah.
picture. They posted before the world. And no, I'm not stuck in hurt at all. I'm moving on. So it's that now the brain will bring it up ever so often. So then you continue to rewire, and then little by little, the sting of that injury just won't be there. And that's what the 21 days. But it's repeated because it doesn't happen. You'll see people, and let's say PTSD, it's not something that goes away immediately. So even though you're rewiring, it's going to take repeated, and that's what her work works you through. So then what I was able to do was to give the writer strategies then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a guided journal. So it starts off, what is like a positive message you heard for the day? So they start off with, they're doing their own building, coring, themselves. So it might be from something they read, or heard a song, as you and I were just hearing lyrics from songs, and a lyric might have a positive influence, or they might just have been outside and heard the birds, and the birds singing gave them peace. So that you begin with, what is something I either heard or saw, and they write that down. And then the next, I coach the writer on self-talk, and our inner dialogue is so important. And there are three different ways in there, Linda, that I have where they can, I heard, I am, no, I am, I have, I, and they finish those sentences. So I am happy today. I am healthy. I have a home to live in. I am safe. And you write things that are true for you. And so you write that. Another entry for that same morning is, today I'm grateful for. Gratitude is something that when I focus on that, it shifts me from any darkness. It shifts me from any sadness. Somehow, gratitude, you can't be grateful and like grumpy at the same time. The body, thank God, the brain doesn't do that at the same time. So just to begin to just even think, today I'm grateful for this time with Linda. I'm grateful that I had this on my calendar and I looked forward to my interview. Just writing that begins to send uh, happy chemicals throughout my body. So there is an entry where they're writing, I'm grateful for. And again, with my core, there's something I'm working at, something I want to achieve, something I want to overcome, something I want to know, something I want to grow at. So there is one little part where they plan a goal. My goal for today is, and during that 22, 23, 24, Sharon was, starting with the gym. So those were some new behaviors for me. So that goal for one of the mornings might be, Sharon, your goal today is to get to the gym and, do a couple of exercises. So then not only is the goal there, Linda, there's a space now, because it's also showing that if I don't have a plan for it or don't follow through, it might also just be left inside the book. So then there are little steps, three little steps, or whatever they want. They don't have to be stressed out, but I think I have space there for three. Steps that I will take to follow to make sure that that happens. So steps might be, I'll make sure that my sneakers and my clothes are ready from overnight. Two, I may make sure that I have, let's say, my fruit or protein drink ready in the morning. And three, I might just make sure that I leave my home at whatever time to be sure that I can fit it in. So you stop and do this like a little guide that will get you to the goal. Now, some days, if you fall off the wagon, there are 105 days in the book. So you keep going and you keep going. And this is what happened for me. I have written since then, I've written five of these journals. So you're talking 500. So that's why today, when you brought that opportunity for us, a book that you've read, I'm able to see that I am now able to talk about BMI. In my other life, there's no way I'm telling anybody I'm overweight. They can look at me and see I'm overweight, and I will not discuss that. But I have come so far on the journey where my portion size is different. The choices of food. I remember when I started with my personal trainer and I was sharing with him, I said, oh my God, if I could just stop with these glazed donuts, because they sell them, Linda, in boxes of 6, and Sharon will buy the 6. I might eat 3, I might eat 4, and I feel good when I toss 2. But I just want to stop that if it's not helping my goal of, the even binge eating. I would never say Sharon was doing binge eating, but initially in 22, those were some of the things that I had to even um, identify. And of course, you have to look up in the dictionary what's binging. And then when you saw the times when I would just be, you know, gorging a lot of food, then yes,
Right.
it's binge eating. So this is what I noticed for myself, that after that discipline of hundreds of days of that focus, then I was a more honest and open, because I would never discuss this on a bright day. No, I'm more national board certified. I am this. My career is that, and I'm more that than all these other things. But it gets you to a place of honesty and truth, and that is important for the core identity. That's important because at the bottom line, it's about you. And that's where the me emerges cheerful, because I'm more true to myself.
That's how you've written the chapter
Yeah.
title is EM,
Yes.
capital ME, capital E.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
love that.
Emerge cheerful. And I pull the me, because at the end of the day, it's about that person. It's about the self. And when you are your best self, when you're comfortable, you're able to go out in the community. And in this chapter, Emerge Cheerful, I love that part, Linda, where I was able to even identify that my community was not hurting me. And speaking it with you, like tears are coming to my eyes. But what I mean by that is now I can go into, there are some great malls that I love, but I can tell you there are restaurants where I would sit and just be eating great meals. But I didn't realize that, Sharzy, you're full. You can stop eating. You can take. No, was finishing it, and I love. There's a special champagne lobster. Like, lobster is my favorite seafood, and there is this dish, great lobster dish, over some pasta stuff, and I love all that Alfredo sauce and all of that, and I would
Yummy.
be enjoying it all. But now, just even a couple Sundays ago, I was in the same mall and I could more walk and do my steps. And for me to be there and to leave and not even go in the mall, in the restaurant and get something to go, because I was able to reflect, Sharon, at home you have everything and more than you can eat or use. So I didn't even need to bring anything home that day. Those are new behaviors for me. But that's what I was able to see also, Linda, that is the same place where I would have sat and eaten and enjoyed it, and and felt relief, whether it was emotional eating or as you learn about all these other things, or just again, whether being by myself and then it just filled that spot. Okay, I'm eating, and there was always great customer service, so that is also another thing I enjoyed in that setting. And now I can do it, still say hello to the folks as I pass by, but I can realize it's not the community that was hurting me. So I can go back to the same place and be safe, be well, but not hurting myself with overeating.
Mm. That's so beautiful that you've made all those shifts
Yeah.
and then created your own journal for that. So you can get the journal at gratefulreflectionsjournal.com. And Sharon, I want to thank you for being part of the book I read, which is you can get your copy of the book I read, which has 25 stories from people. It's transformations that they've read, that they've received from reading a book. And so Sharon's book was her journal. But you can get copies at actiontakerspublishing.com/TBIR. Head on over there and get your copy of the book I read. Now, Sharon, what is something that you would like the readers to take away from from working with your journal?
Uh, I Everyone, I would like for them today, the chapter that I wrote with you in this new book, it starts off, my statement begins, I can achieve anything I want to achieve today. That's how my chapter begins. And what I want people to take away when they write in their journal, they can achieve anything they want to achieve. Because little by little, the strategies in that journal will be building themselves. They will be empowering. They will be self-affirming and building not only physical wellness, but emotional wellness and social wellness. And little by little, they will see, oh my God, wow, something is emerging. And
Mhm.
it's that change or that empowerment that even if they were great before, they've now shifted to another level of greatness. And that is really what they will emerge, cheerful and certainly healthy and well.
Fantastic. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. You can connect with Sharon again at gratefulreflectionsjournal.com. Head on over there, get a copy of the journal, connect with Sharon over there. Sharon, thanks for being, again, part of this and part of what we're doing here at Action Takers Publishing by getting your message into the world to make a greater impact on the planet. We truly, truly do appreciate you. So thank you so much.
This is excellent. I thank you for the work you're doing, your co-partner, Sally, with this venture. And this is my second collaborative work with you, and I'm
Mhm.
extremely pleased. Thanks for the venue that you give us just to get this important work done. Thanks, Lyndon. I wish you many more blessings as you continue this journey among all of us in this world. Thank you.
Thank you. And back to you. So those many, many blessings for many years to come for all the people that you're helping to transform their lives. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You took the overwhelm out of the whole entire process. You said you set the guidelines, you said how many words to have. And it's like, once I sat down and started typing, it just all came out so quickly and so easily. And I loved it. And I had fear to write. And I know about that. I know about that blockage within myself, but it just was so amazing how easy the process was working with Action Takers Publishing.